When the world is too scary, too loud, too much, stop consuming and start creating. That's a fact. And collective, you're the type of person who is meant to do the creating, okay? So I need you to understand that, right? You're somebody who's always been a visionary. You are somebody who is a visual learner. Like naturally growing up and even in school, like this is somebody who you just love to, like your primary way of learning things was to see it, right? So that's why you were a visual learner in school. Like even like when people are like let's say even if like a person is telling you a story or something, if they have pictures or receipts, that helps with you. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're learning like a new topic or something, you need illustrations. So like if you're reading a book, illustrations would be perfect for you. Like you are the type of person, you have to see it, right? Like you have this gift where you can see things before they happen and you can see into the future. You might be someone who actually wears glasses in real life, and I just recently learned, somebody gave an analogy that if you have poor vision in the physical world, it's because your vision is heightened in the other realms and worlds. And I do believe that, because let me tell you, in collective, you might have been someone who experienced paranormal activities on a multitude of occasions as well, right? You're really tapped in. You are connected to source for real. And this is why you're meant to be out here creating. It's you do have an addicting personality at times where things can be addictive. And it's because you're trying to cope with the certain things that you're going through in life. But that is where you need to shift your focus from your addictions, and you should shift it into your passion. What is it that you enjoy doing? What do you love doing, and what could you do for free and you just love doing? You could do it every single day. That's where you should channel your attention. That's where you should start creating things and creating, things for yourself. Making things that you're passionate about, right? Some you could do every day and not even have to want to get paid for it. Just, so that's why I want you to know, collective, that, when you guys feel like you're overwhelmed, or you're overindulging, even in people, even in places, like dial back. But I feel like for some of y'all, collective, y'all already have been doing that, right? Like a lot of you already knew that overconsumption is it really just it backfires on you all the time, and many times in your life you've even had those moments where you allowed these consumptions to distract you from your purpose. Like you in your head knew that you wanted to pursue this or you wanted to learn this skill, and you ended up staying with people. Let's say maybe you were just had a group of friends that you hang with all the time, but they weren't the best people for you, or they're always distracted by the things of the world, right? Where you're trying to learn a new skill, or you really in your head you have something that you're trying to make a change, but here comes your best friend calling you every single day and they want to go out, or every weekend here they come wanting you to go out, or come over here, drink this, drink that, and your energy was being pulled every which way for a while, collective, and you would be distracted. You get easily distracted, and your energy gets pulled very easily because of the type of person you are. Like you're very helpful, you're very careful, and you're a caring person to other people, right? So you don't mind giving up your time to other people because you enjoy helping others, right? But sometimes it gets overwhelming when we help those people, and that's when we have to learn how to pull back. And that's the good thing about it's learning how to recognize when things are becoming too much, But collective, I feel like you know that because you tapped in. You tap into yourself and you feel and regulate your emotions on a daily basis. And so you really just trust yourself at this point, and you go through moments where, but see, you don't put so much pressure on you anymore as well, because I feel like that, like you're starting to get in your purpose, so you know the importance of rest, the importance of quality work, not just putting out anything that is just at random, and so, but I just want to let you guys know that this is just to help remind you because, there are so many distractions out here in the world. And especially in this information age, there's so many things that are thrown at us. Um, so many companies are trying to advertise their products and they want us to consume, and it gets overwhelming to the point where we feel pressure to just keep consuming. And with our addictive personalities, we end up doing that sometimes. So I just want to remind you guys that if you are off course or you're on off track, it's time to get back on track. And if you are focused right now, great, keep going. You know what I'm saying? But or if you're too afraid, or if you have an idea in your mind, start to do it, guys. Start to pursue it. I'm telling you, because the longer you wait, the longer it's going to take. And coming from a person like me who procrastinates all the freaking time, I used to procrastinate all the time, but it came from a place of really not knowing where I was at in life. Not, so it's about figuring yourself out and finding out who you are. Okay? But collective, you're the type who's meant to be creating because you're a visionary. You see, you're somebody who's also a natural born leader. Okay? Like you just take charge effortlessly. You know how to lead groups of people. People generally look up to you, and friend groups and family. You're the reliable and dependable person, right? And a lot of the times you were the one who created certain things, like new things. Like maybe it was a new way of doing something in your family, or a new way of doing something at work, or even school. But you're always like the innovator. You're always the one finding new solutions and new ways of doing things. And this is why you are meant to be a creator, collective. Like, no more being scared. No more, like, doubting or second guessing yourself, because those are the signs. The signs have been there your whole life. And even you took mental notes about certain things about yourself, certain characteristics about yourself. Maybe you realize that you're very, very dominant and aggressive out of your friends or out of your family, or you understand that you're more confident when you can speak in front of a crowd, or your voice is very strong and it projects loudly. Like, these are certain skills that you know what I'm saying, or that you've realized over time. These are certain characteristics, and those are just examples of like, oh shoot, I know I should be creating something. I know I should be doing something, because this whole time, collective, throughout your whole life, you have been creating. And I don't think you might have not realized it, but you are a trailblazer and you are a leader and a visionary, which means that you create from nothing, which means that's setting the pace and setting the tone. You're at the, like, collective, we need you to get on it and to create, okay? Because we're waiting on you, and your tribe of people are waiting on you, okay? And I just love creation, okay, guys? So I just want you guys to know it's time to create, and don't consume as much, all right, guys? I love y'all. It's Karkar. I'm signing out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.